Hello, everyone. I'm back with another young Indian, part of the Voice of the Young. Right now, we have with us Bhavyata Jain. Let's listen to her. Over to you, Bhavyata.
Thank you so much, sir, for inviting me, for giving me this opportunity. I'm just 18 years old. Starting with my introduction, I was born and brought up in a small town in Madhya Pradesh, from where I completed my schooling at a local school. I had humanities with mathematics in my plus two, and I'm currently pursuing a bachelor's degree in economics and mathematics from Daulat Ram College, University of Delhi. Talking about my college, I'm currently a part of Society Connecting Dream Foundation, where I'm a part of a project called Project Samarth. Project Samarth aims to empower local businesses through through sustainable solutions. And I'm also a part of a student-led initiative, Campus Compass, where we support students' career guidance, academics through solutions, where we provide them, all the solutions, guidance, and like all this. Additionally, I'm also a taekwondo player. Now, starting with why I choose economics as a subject. When I was in After my class 12th, I was also on a dilemma like everyone, like what should I study, what should I choose, and then when I realized that I should choose economics, because I remember once my teacher told me that economics is a subject. Economics is a subject that mostly happens outside the book, like it is interconnected everywhere. Economics, we can see economics physically. Economics is not just limited to theories and assumption, but it is highly applicable and observable subject. Starting with as I began, like what I wanted to share in this conversation, I decided to speak about internet, like how it positively as well negatively affect me through my career. So starting growing up in a small town, there were not many opportunities available there. Uh, I still recall that when I was in eighth grade, I suffered with solving maths. And then at that point, I realized that what my mistake is that I'm just memorizing concept
Hmm,
rather than understanding it.
hmm,
And unfortunately, COVID-19 pandemic hit, lockdown was imposed in a whole over country. Schools were shifted to, online mode. And then at that time, I discovered YouTube. It was a game changer for students like me. For them, there is not quality of, content available for them. And till then, since class 9th, 10th, 12th, and even for CUET, I prepared everything from YouTube. I relied heavily on internet sources and other educational sources. Now, this is the positive impact. Talking about the negative impacts, I would like to share that I know it helped me a lot, but it is very harmful too. For example, there is a survey which shows that average Indian spends 4 hours per day on social media, like which is way too much. And and also a life expectancy of an Indian is around 67 years. And supposing that we get phone around at the age of 16 years, so calculating it that student is spending 9 years of its life on using social media, which is very wrong, which can cause many problems. Also, there is also a study by the University of California, which analyzed 2,800 students over the period of 2 years, and and it analyzed that around 453% of new students suffered from ADSD. It's basically a condition where people are unable to focus uh, on a thing. ठीक है? And then social media platforms like Snapchat, Instagram, also termed as a very bad app for our mental health. So what these platforms do is they uses an algorithm that analyzes our behavior and provide us with a feed like what we are provided like with a feed like what we are interested in, and this created a spike in our for a certain period of time. But later but later ultimately it leaves us feeling lonely. There is also a word called brain rot, which means that which many of us are doing right now. We are being content that makes no sense, like reels on the Instagram, reels on YouTube, which makes no sense. This nowadays people are unable to handle boredom, like which was considered as a which was earlier considered a part of creative thought. Now people considered is like very ineffective. People consider it like a disease. Despite this, concluding, like I'm not saying that we should stop using internet. I just wanted to focus on the right use of internet, like what we should do, how we should rightly use it. I would like to share some experiences of mine, like what I'm doing right now. Firstly, we need to realize like what is our mistake, where are we going wrong. Realization is the main point, and then we should we should develop sense of responsibility, sense of self awareness, discipline. There are alternatives, like what we can do is we can put our phones on a silent mode. We should delete apps like Instagram, Snapchats. They are not useful at all. They are just taking our times. Also, we should try to record our screen time, like what mistake we are doing, where we are going wrong. Also, mindful use of internet can create a great impact on life. Like this is today's world is interconnected. Being access to right resources and right content can create a great impact. So this is all I wanted to present. So would you like to add something to it?
Yes, of course. First of all, I want to ask, what was it like to shift from? Can you tell us this name of the small town in Madhya Pradesh?
Sorry, sir.
What was the small town that you grew up in?
It's Srons, district Vidisha. It is located at the center of Madhya Pradesh.
Ah, okay. And how was it that you decided to go to DU from there? Who helped you? Who guided you? What happened?
So my parents are very supportive, very supported. Like my father, like people, persons usually feel he parents forces them to choose science subject. My father always encouraged me. And because of him, I choose humanities as a subject. And what motivates me, because of the curriculum of Delhi University, I found the curriculum very impressive and decided to move to Delhi University for further opportunities.
But did somebody guide you or you just did it yourself?
So I uses LinkedIn for guidance and
Ah,
LinkedIn sources. I connected some peers and then decided to get into the.
okay. And how was the physical move? I mean, how did you find the life in Delhi compared to your hometown?
So it's quite good. Like comparing on us, talking about the health. There is very much pollution in Delhi currently.
Yeah.
Also talking about the food is not good here. And I am from a town where the air quality is way too great. Food is organic. There is no harmful substances in it. So that's a negative impact. But positive impacts, like I'm connecting people. I'm evolving myself. I'm learning new skills,
Hmm.
which is not possible in my town.
Yeah. Okay. And what tips do you have for young people since you have moved? Others who are in 11th, 12th, they're thinking maybe I should move. What tips do you have for them?
So I would like to say them that firstly be calm and be focused. First analyze. First decide like what you wanted to pursue, what you wanted to do in your career, and then talk to peers. Start eliminating things. Like if we are unable to decide what we wanted to do in our career, what we can do is we can eliminate things, like what we not wanted to do in a career. Like I was very clear that I do not wanted to study physics or chemistry. I'm more interested in economics and political science
Hmm.
thing. So what we can do simply is eliminating things and then can come to a conclusion. Also, person should be consistent throughout the time. Consistency is a key to success.
Okay. All right. And how was the test, the CUET? How was it for you? You took coaching or you did it on your own? What happened?
Sir, I completed my entire 12th from YouTube only.
Ah,
Like I took admission um in a school where I was not supposed to attend the school. I just completed my whole education, whole class right from YouTube.
I see. Okay. Tell us how you did it.
Sorry, sir.
How did you do it through YouTube?
So, nowadays YouTube has a vast variety of content. Like you can find everything on YouTube. So there are n numbers of teachers providing their content on YouTube. There are many channels, and there's no need to find, no need to pay for it. Even many students are using it. For example, there is also a thing called Physics Wala, which provides NEET and JEE preparations for youngsters at a very low cost. Around 1,000 or something, I don't remember, for a 1 year they're giving them lifetime subscription. So nowadays, after COVID, the education sector is revolutionized completely through YouTube. So that's how I completed everything.
Okay, and how's the faculty here in Delhi?
So it's quite amazing. Teachers are very supportive here. They guide us through everything.
And your new friends?
I'm still connecting with people and sharing my thoughts, experiences. They are good. We are sharing cultural differences. We are learning from each other.
Okay. And okay, so how do you see your future? If at
Sir,
all you have thought about it, you are too young right now, but if you have thought
yes, sir.
about it, what do you see? Because you made a conscious decision to go for economics. So maybe you have some ideas what you want to do with your future. What
Uh,
any
sir,
thoughts?
yes, sir. So, like you, I also wanted to pursue my career in economics.
Uh,
I wanted to pursue masters in economics and then PhD. I'm very fond of teaching since childhood. I
mm,
love teaching students. So I wanted to pursue my career as a professor, as a to become a professor at a university.
wow, okay, it's a good idea. We do need motivated teachers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you mentioned Taekwondo. Tell us about that.
So when I was in class second, my father motivates me to join taekwondo because that's the only sport available there in our city. So I joined taekwondo. I'm state level player. I had gold level and state level. I had gold medal at a state level, and I had red first belt in taekwondo. So it's basically a Korean game where we learn tips and tricks to defend and to attack. Taekwondo is more based on attacking method rather than defensive method. So that's all about taekwondo.
So,
Uh,
what
uh,
belt did you tell me the belt? Which belt did you make?
so, red first. Actually, in taekwondo, there is like white belt, then yellow, green, red. Oh, sorry, blue, red, then black, and then total 10. There are total 10 of black.
Yeah.
So after red belt and before black belt, there is a belt called red first. So it's basically before black belt, red first belt.
Okay. And did you enjoy it? Was it only girls or mix of boys and girls? How was it?
So both. So it's
Both.
like
Uh,
yes, both. Okay.
and did you enjoy it?
Yes.
You're the first person here who has talked about said taekwondo, so I want to hear your views about it. So others may
Uh,
know what it is, how you do it, what's going on. They don't, when you say game, they don't understand. It's not a game, not one team against another. So tell us about it.
so taekwondo basically it's to develop our skills like game it helps us to develop skills like sorry Mm, it helps us to develop skills like team as a team. So basically it's a game where two players fight together, and it is very essential also because there are many cases happens to a girls nowadays. We have seen many cases like girls are not safe, so it's a kind of self defense for them.
Hmm.
So taekwondo is a game of self-defense. So learning taekwondo, what we can do is we can stand for ourselves. We can defend ourselves.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so we can defend ourselves.
Right. Do you plan to continue with it, or is it done?
So it's done. So I wanted to, so as you pursued a bachelor's degree in economics from Stephens College and also a master's. So sir, I would like to your experiences or any story you would like to share about economics throughout your journey.
Okay, I'll hear it. Okay. First of all, the world was very different when I was your age. Okay.
So,
There's no internet. There was no information. Actually, we knew nothing. I was also from Jaipur, not from Delhi, and there was no way to know even what is the curriculum in DU. Okay. How would you know it? There was no way to know what they teach, what the subjects are. Actually, we knew nothing. Okay. And there was no way to know anything. It was all a mystery, what's going on. So you just took your chance and you just proceeded to go with the flow because there was no way to know in advance. There was no printed material circulated, and you don't even know the address, whom to write to, what to discuss. And,
yes,
as you know, in a town like Jaipur, there was nobody who had studied economics in St. Stephen's or DU. So you don't even have any seniors to ask. Okay. So that was life back then. There was no information. And also, when you went to college, the college had hardly any resources. There was no way to do societies or YouTube or get information. So basically, life was less competitive, and you could take it easy, and which we all did. Okay, to be honest, because the courses were not hard. uh, they are aimed at the average student in DU. How hard can they be when you are not the average student, but above average? So it was like, I think it was just a time to enjoy life. And of course, we had very little money. So it's not like you could go out and, go to restaurants or do things, where to go, who has the money? There's no money. No. So India was a poor country, and there weren't that kind of resources and things like that. But the teaching was still there. You could learn, and you could study, and you could get ahead, and you could still make it from Delhi University to a top university in the world, and not feel intimidated. Okay. Like what? What did they teach us? Here they are teaching so much more. No, it wasn't like that. We say fine. And even they said, okay, fine, you are from Delhi, it's okay. Just, it's normal, no? So it's very different from today because there was no preparation. I'll give you a specific example, to take this, to get admission in US, you have to take a test called GRE. For PhDs and masters, you have to take, it's called Graduate Record Exam, it's GRE. Okay. It's objective type test. But in our days, in all the colleges and university, all the exams were in essay answers. There was no objective tests ever, right? And we had never seen an objective test. And I had finished my MA and gone back to Jaipur. And in Jaipur, it was unknown what is GRE. There's nobody. There's no booklet, nothing. So in Delhi, perhaps you could go to the US embassy and find a book and look at it, but I was not in Delhi. So I had to go to Delhi to take the test. I had never seen the test in my life. No, what to prepare. Just go and take it. Right, so that was life back those days for all of us, that there was no way to know what is going to come, what is going to happen, because you don't know anything about the future, because there was no information. It's hard to believe it. But when I was not even born in Jaipur. I was born in a small town called Alwar. And my parents used to move. My father was moving from one small town to another. I didn't, of course, read the newspapers when I was that young, but I know they used to come the next evening because they were not printed in that local town, they were printed in Delhi. And it would come by train, and it would come one day late the next evening. So, and there's no radio in anybody's home. We certainly didn't have a radio when we were very young. So it was like a different world. And all the things that, today's people are growing up with, they didn't even exist in our time. So, but the I think the fundamentals of being able to learn on your own as you did, because you
Yes.
found out that, look, you're in a small town, but maybe the courses are not here, but they are available. And you, as you said, you did it on your own. And I think that is perhaps in today's world, as it was not so much back then, but today's world, I think the big deal is to be able to learn on your own. Because there's no way they can teach you everything in a college or university or it's all. So, but we had no way to learn anything on our own at that time. From what? I mean, to go to the library doesn't have the latest books and so on. So, okay, TK, what to do? It was a different life, but the confidence was there that, look, fine, it's okay, we can do well. That I will say that's the biggest difference, that we had less competition, perhaps more confidence, because the competition was less. And so everything was a journey into the unknown. Okay. Everything, because there was no way to have any information. Where to get it from?
Mhm.
And yes, if you were born and brought up in Delhi or Mumbai or Chennai or something, you had more. But if you were not there, then there's no way to have any information. So I would say that was the big thing, that nobody had any information. And as
Yes.
it came along, you took it. It was all a journey to the unknown. But so what? Today's people are faced with mental health issues, competition, which we didn't have.
Mm.
Right? It was easier that way. So I think that's my answer to you. And of course, the Delhi School of Economics curriculum was very tough, even back then. And it was a struggle. Let's put it this way. It was a struggle.
Yes.
It was a big struggle and not easy to understand everything. And, just the other day, one of the econometrics professors at Delhi School of Economics, Professor K.L. Krishna, he got the Padma Shri. He was awarded the Padma Shri. And he used to teach the basic econometrics. And I wrote that I'm so happy that he got it, but I wish I had learned more of what he taught. Because, if you're not a diligent, hardworking student, which I was not, then, you go to the class, but you don't get all of it because you have to go home and do the analysis. There was no homework, but you have to reread it, study it, and all. And we were not in the habit of doing that. So, because BA was so easy. So, yes, we learned less than what they taught, but it was good enough to get ahead. So we had great teachers at the Delhi, very, very famous names, very, very people who became famous later on, world-class people. So it was an unbelievable place. And there were no other such places anywhere in most countries. As today, there's a lot of competition across the world. But at that time, Delhi School was outstanding. I mean, anybody teaching there was really very good. And it was a nice, easy place, friendly place. So I would say that hard courses, but easy and friendly and quite enjoyable. And you felt thrilled. My God, I'm in one of the best places in the world. The thrill of that was certainly there. That, look, these people who are teaching us, they are the world-class people. Nothing beats that. Even if you don't pay enough attention, even if you don't study that hard, even if you are distracted by other things, At least you have a sense of belonging. Right? Do you understand what I'm saying? That yeah, I'm here. It'll not be hard. And even today, the people who graduate from Delhi School of Economics, they all get good jobs because it's so hard to get in and so
Yes,
hard to survive. People tell me that getting in is easy, getting out is hard because somewhere along the journey you will stumble. Okay. Anything else you want to ask me?
so also any suggestions like for a person who want to pursue a career in teaching, what qualities should he or she try to gain throughout their
Look,
education?
I think you already have this. The biggest quality is that you should be interested that the students learn. Because the big thing is you are teaching people, not the subject. If you keep that in mind, that you can say, I teach economics, or you can say to yourself, I'm teaching these students. So if you say to yourself, I'm teaching these students, not teaching economics, then you are set. Because the students, they actually, unless they're doing YouTube and all these other things, but when they come to you, they're totally dependent on you. And they absorb every single thing that you do and say. So you have to teach them, not the subject. So I would say that's the most, and I can tell you from my own thing that when I was teaching there were many students doing PhD with me, and I told them that, look, you can call me at home till 11 o'clock at night. There's no problem. And if you call, I was not far from the campus. If you call me by 9 o'clock, I will even come over to the campus and discuss with you. Just be assured that I'm here to teach you. So that made a big impact on the students that, look, we can count on him. So that I think is the key, that you teach the students, not the subject. I think you already have it.
Thank you so much, sir. So you are such a motivation for all of us. Like you have pursued your career throughout the economics, and
Okay.
that's what I aspire to do. So,
Okay, wonderful. Any last words from you?
uh, so it just I'm still learning.
Okay.
I'm still learning. I'm still in a learning stage. All I wanted to share is that be consistent and have confidence in yourself. Like you also mentioned, have confidence and be consistent.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Bhavyata. This was great to have you. And actually, the reason I want people of your age is that I want what I've heard from many people is that I was very confused in 11th and 12th. There was
Yes,
nobody to
yes,
guide me. Now, whom to ask? But if people like you talk and explain things, then they can view your video and they can say, hey, this girl made it from this small town to DU. Let me listen to her how she did it. Because otherwise they don't have any seniors, no? So you are the substitute seniors. You are explaining on a personal level that, look, and without any motivation that this is what it takes, then that will be useful to them, that we don't have a good system of guiding 11th and 12th students.
yes.
So I think that the first year BA college, second year BA bachelors, they are actually the right people to talk to the 11th and 12th students. That, look, this is, and just naturally, this is how I made my decision. This is how my life is. And then they can say, hey, maybe I can be like her or him, whatever. So thank you. Let's end it here. And I'll be back with another young person or an expert soon. Till then, bye, everybody.